Okay, now I begin my trip into the Daintree rainforest. And already I'm at Alexander Lookout, and already this is just absolutely breathtaking. I don't know if you can see it behind me, I'll put some B-roll up, but this is breathtaking. There's beautiful fern trees, beautiful tall green, deep green trees. Just life everywhere, and it's just luscious and green. Just can't wait for this. This is just outstanding already, and I've just driven in only about 8-9 kilometers, so there's a lot more to go. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. But this is Alexander Lookout. I think I might come back for a sunrise shoot here. I do like the framing of the ferns, and there's a bit of a headland down this way here. I don't know if you can see it. It heads on out to the ocean, so I'll have a look. But as you can probably tell, it's raining, it's miserable, overcast, perfect for photography. Anyway, let's head on in a bit deeper into the Daintree rainforest and see what we can find. Okay, so here I am in the Daintree rainforest, and it is ridiculously beautiful. But I'm really struggling for photography. I'm in such a beautiful area, such a beautiful part of the country, and just feeling so uninspired and actually very stressed about, images that I can come up with. I don't want this trip to be a waste in terms of images, and I'm starting to feel that way. So I'm starting to be a tourist instead. So, I ended up taking my shoes off and walking out. That's such an amazing location, right beside the main road. As another car goes past. Now I will say, as I was here, another photographer turned up, which is why there was not a lot of B-roll of me actually doing any photography. But another photographer turned up. Sometimes, there's a nice view from up there, but sometimes you've got to, walk off the beaten path, get down out of the, out of the easy areas to get the shots. And I must say, I'm pretty happy with what I've got here. At the moment, the shots are looking really good in camera. So I'm really, really happy at the moment. You never know until you get back home and see what they're like back home, but quite promising here. Really love the ferns. What I did was use the polarizing filter to punch down through the water to get the rocks underneath. Finding one or two rocks was a bit of a foreground interest, anchor you there, and then let the stream lead you in. I really like the lightness of the vibrance of the green from the ferns, and the darkness around of the rainforest. I think this is a really solid image, and I'm really looking forward to getting it home and processing it. But the other photographer took shots from up here, and you're just not going to be able to get down into there and get the rocks and get the anchor point to the landscape. You need to bring somebody into the landscape, and I don't think you can from up here. It's just a nice scene where jumping down here, you can get yourself in and amongst the rocks here, and then you've got an anchor point in the landscape. You feel part of it. It's almost a textural feel. You can see it with your eyes, and then therefore you're part of it. Where up there, it's a little bit further away. It's really hard to get that sort of relationship between the viewer and the landscape. It becomes a good picture up there, but here is where I think it shines. Anyway, let me get out of this water, put some shoes back on, check for leeches, and then keep heading on up to Cape Tribulation. Sometimes things can happen just by chance. what I've got behind me, and hopefully you can see it. I don't think you can, but I've got the sunsets just starting to take off. I haven't had a great deal of luck here in Cairns for sunsets. In actual fact, I found them quite difficult. I think it's because there's a major mountain range directly behind me which stops the sun from really lighting up the clouds. And I haven't had a lot of luck in the mornings either because there's been a cloud cover on the horizon, so it hasn't really worked. Tonight's got the hallmarks of what could be a good sunset. The clouds are hanging right in close here, and I've got a gap just over the hill. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this lights up a little bit. I've got to be really careful. There's a few rocks in here I'd really like to get to, but there's a sign on the way in that says crocodiles inhabit these areas and to watch out. So I'm watching out. So instead, hopefully you can see, I'm using this pool here as a bit of a lead-in line. And you can see my Nikon D500, my Tokina 11 to 16 mil on the front. And what I'm trying to do, I've got no polarizing filter on at all. What I'm essentially trying to do is use that, the black rock around it, to add high contrast to it. And then hopefully I get color from these clouds, which is starting to come on the edges here. Hopefully it comes across this way a little bit. And I get the reflection in the water. That's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed it happens. Guys, let's see. I'll take the shot, put it up now for you, show you what I can get. And just like that, no sunset. That's how frustrating it can be here in Cairns. And looking the goods, then all of a sudden that cloud just comes across and wipes it out. Oh well, that's the breaks. Photography, you can't win them all. Still had fun, but yeah, this is my frustrations with Cairns. Stunning location, beautiful area, very difficult for photography. I'm just finding it almost impossible to get some decent images here. And yet I'm surrounded by so much beauty. So yeah, oh well, I'll continue on. Guys, thank you very much for watching this week. I think at this stage, I probably got a video for day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, I think all molded into one, so I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try something a little different tomorrow. It's supposed to be thunderstorms and showers here over the next couple of days. So I've got Friday and Saturday to still do some photography. If we get the thunderstorms in, I might come down here and hopefully get some, if it works, if the thunderstorms are here, but see if I can capture some lightning across the water. But we'll see what conditions we get. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your patience too. I'll see you next video.